All right, Facebook friends, LinkedIn friends, and YouTube. Happy Monday night before the big election day, midterms. And I have one of my best friends, known this gentleman for over 25 years. Um, Prior to him rising to a star as an attorney in Cuyahoga County and the surrounding counties, Tim and I were just good old buddies from back in the day. And you were going through college. I remember you were going through law school. I was actually driving a semi truck at the time.
Yep, with your ponytail down to here.
Yeah, all that. And the purpose of me going live today is because I've been a voter since I was 18 years old. I'm a proud American, love the Constitution. That's one thing that you and I share. But I will admit one thing, and this is that I oftentimes don't do my full homework. I look at a lot of the major issues that I'm interested in, but one of the things that I've pushed to the side is, like who to vote for, who we want in that bench and who we don't want in the bench. And so I end up not voting for anybody because I don't want to vote for the wrong candidate. So if you live in Cuyahoga County right now, you're a registered voter. Tomorrow's a big day. And I want to introduce you to one of my best buddies, Tim Hess. He's running for a judge's seat in Cuyahoga County. Tim, welcome.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you giving me this forum. And, it's been a minute. We haven't hung out for a while. I know you're busy as hell, and you know that this summer has been just insane for me. I've sacrificed a lot to campaign, but it's going to all be worth it on November 9th when I learn that I take the bench and I'm going to be a judge. So thank you, Al. I really appreciate it.
Tim, absolutely. I mean, it's the least I can do. And the thing was, literally remember the day where you said, Al, I think I'm ready to close up my practice. I've been doing this over 20 some years, 24 years maybe. And I think I want to be a judge. And I was like, I was a little bit taken aback. I'm not going to lie. And I was like, Tim, are you sure? Because I mean, you can make as an attorney, whether it's defense or any kind of litigation, you can make a lot of money. It's lucrative. And you're actually you're not going for the money. You're doing this for something completely different. You have some really great sets of beliefs that you and I share. And I just want the people that are viewing this today to know who Tim Hess is when they're going to the polls tomorrow. Why should they be voting for you to put you in that judge's seat?
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Yes, you're correct. I will be taking a pay cut. I've had a successful practice. I've been practicing for 22 years. I've had a very successful practice for the past 12. The early on was, practice any law you can, divorce law, bankruptcy law, contract law, liquor law, whatever it was to put food on the table and keep the lights on. Around 2010, I decided, I'm going to stick with what I call constitutional defense. Everybody calls criminal defense. But if you're somebody who's charged with a crime, you don't want to be labeled as a criminal. So I call it constitutional defense because my job is to make the prosecutor do their job. And I've done civil rights work for a long time. People have been wronged by the system. And I actually have cops that thank me for doing that. You would think that suing police officers who are bad seeds would get me a bad rap among cops. But no, they tell me that thanks for getting that guy out. Thanks for holding him accountable. So, when you were saying, like, I decided to run for judge, I saw in our system, particularly over the past 5 years, but most importantly during COVID, when these people who took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution basically stomped all over it. They suspended trials. I know attorneys that had clients in jail for 450 days, 485 days, didn't have a trial. I went from having, I was trying 10 cases a year, 12 cases a year. And then COVID hit. I didn't try a case from March of 20 till May of 21. And, that just kind of irked me, that the Constitution doesn't take a pause because there's a virus. Don't get me wrong. People died from it. I'm not trying to downplay it. But once we figured out who the vulnerable were, that was it. And I saw this going on and mandating, attorneys to wear masks. My face and my gravitas and what I do in the courtroom, that's who I am. And to say I got to stand in front of a jury, 15 feet back and be positioned at a podium and wear a mask and, you know, it was ridiculous. So I said, you know what, I can do better. And particularly against my opponent, I know I can do better. And I decided to run. So I've been in it, and it's been a hell of a year, and I've been enjoying it. And I just can't wait to get that victory.
Well, I want to go over some of the people beyond me, because honestly, I really don't matter in this group of things, but there are some big influencers, some big names, and I just want to read them off real quick. We got, the mayor of Strongsville, Tom Persnack, the mayor of Highland Heights, Chuck Brunello, the Republican Party of Cuyahoga County, Strongsville GOP, Brooklyn Republican Club, Anthony Biasota.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it.
Yep. And also Buckeye Firearms and Carl Stokes Brigade. Yep. All endorse this man right here, Tim Hess, because he believes in the Constitution. He believes in keeping innocent out of prison, and he believes in keeping the guilty in prison, the real ones, right? And it's he's just as real. He's not your your career politician judge. That's not who he's going to be up on that bench. And that's why, you got my support, brother. And I would ask anyone listening on this, walking in those polls, Cuyahoga County, click that Hess button when you see
Say yes to Hess. Say yes to Hess.
Say yes to Hess. 100%, brother. Love it. Anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Yeah, so just real quickly, like my opponent, he's been a prosecutor his entire career. All he's done is prosecute the people of Cuyahoga County. For the past 22 years, I've done nothing but represent the people of Cuyahoga County. And that's both civilly, criminally. I've had to sit across from a client and tell him, hey, this is what an insurance company thinks your daughter's life is worth. Your son may be going to prison for 15 years. I know what it is like to represent people of our community. And, when I'm on the bench, I'm gonna be fair, equitable. You come to my courtroom, you can be treated with respect. If you're found guilty of a heinous crime, you're gonna get a tongue lashing from me. But it's about respect in the courtroom, respect for the system, and adhering to the law. These judges that we see now, and not just here but all over the country, they're making law for the bench. That's not what I intend to do. I want to follow the law, follow your higher revised code, follow the Constitution. If you don't like the law that I have to follow, go to your state legislator, go to your state rep, have them change it. I'm not there to change the law. I'm there to follow it. I'm a constitutional conservative, big 2A proponent, and I just think that the bench can use better my opponent. If you Google him, I don't like to say his name, but if you look at me and you look who my opponent is, you Google him, and if you think he's the better guy, I don't know what to say. Because I've changed a lot of minds once they start doing the research. You got to do the research. Do the research on your candidates. Don't blindly vote for just anybody because the name sounds good, or they got an Irish name or Italian name. Vote for the candidate that you do your research on and you believe is the best man for the job.
Tim Hess for judge. Say yes to Hess. I love it.
HessForJudge.com. If you want to know more about me, HessForJudge.com. I got pictures of me and my family on there. Everybody's been supporting me. Everything we've done, my background, everything. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I'm a hardworking constitutional conservative. Check me out at HessForJudge.com. And thank you so much, Albie. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Good luck tomorrow on the polls. I know you won't need it because we are going to get the W, baby. Let's go.
The Stasek bump. I'm looking for the Stasek bump.
I'll do my best, brother.
All right, man. Love you, bro.
Good luck, buddy. Love you, man.
Thank you.